for those areas. But it also is likely to mean colder weather for a time for the British Isles, but we don't expect any severe wintry weather. Let me show you what's going to happen on the charts. First of all, there's a lot of really quite warm cloud piling down across the country at the moment. This is a weak weather front here, giving cloud and some drizzle, and there's a huge area of high pressure in the middle. That's where the Atlantic chart looks just now. Now, this front here will introduce colder weather to northwestern parts of Britain during the course of tomorrow, but we don't expect the wind to go round into the north until well into Friday. Then it will start to drag some quite cold air down across the country, at least for a time, but mainly affecting Scotland, I think, rather than other parts of the country. No particularly severe weather, but it will be noticeably colder just about everywhere. And then on Saturday, the winds go back into the northwest again, and another tongue of relatively mild air, still rather cold, but relatively mild air, pushes in towards the British Isles, then down across the British Isles during the course of Sunday. Some snow in places, no doubt, in the north and east and over the high ground, but nothing particularly severe. Today is a mild day. It's a breezy day in most places. A little bit of brightness, mainly south-east Scotland, north-east England, southern parts of Wales and south-west England, bright elsewhere too. Just a few spots of drizzle, Essex and Kent, and near these northwestern coasts there, and up in the Shetland too. I think becoming drizzly too as we go through the afternoon. Pretty mild, almost everywhere into double figures, 10 to 12 Celsius. In a few places just 9 Celsius, but not bad at all. Those are the winds, that northwesterly breeze over the country, nowhere particularly strong anywhere. And then a frost-free night tonight. But by the end of the night, more persistent rain getting into some northwestern districts with fog in the hills. Perhaps a few mist and fog patches in southern districts too. And then tomorrow, well, becoming cooler in the north, a band of rain gradually coming southward, not particularly active, coming southward across the country during the day. Probably dry for much of the day in the south and east and bright at times, but up to the north of the front, the showers, which will develop, will turn more and more wintry, sleet or snow in places as we go through the day, especially up on the high ground, and temperatures up there will take a tumble. And that colder air will come down across the whole country during Friday. Bright weather developing in the south, still those wintry showers in the north, but everywhere noticeably colder, frost night and morning in many places, still a northwesterly breeze. And then on Saturday, more rain getting into the northwest, preceded and continuing with some snow on the higher ground and in the northeast. Elsewhere, not too bad at all, still rather cold in many places, that rain pushing down across the remainder of the country during the course of Sunday. So nothing particularly severe, still rather cold even on Sunday, with a lot of clouds and some rain, probably some bright weather too at times in the south, and very little in the way of precipitation. Temperatures thereafter slowly recovering towards normal for this time of year, which is about 7 degrees Celsius. That's